Be nice.
Imagine walking into a hospital room and seeing someone you love laying there. This isn't the first time they've been in this bed. They've been laying there multiple times for weeks, sometimes even months, suffering. There's nothing the doctors can do. They've told you, the rest of your family, and even the person laying there that they are going to die. What do you do in a situation like this? The person that you love is laying in a bed and they're going to die, but yet they suffer and they just want to go in peace. Could you sit there and just watch them suffer? One man decided not to do that, and his name was Dr. Jack Kevorkian. Dr. Kevorkian, in his residency at the University of Michigan Hospital, became fascinated with death and the act of dying, with a few ideas that were considered, taboo and a little woohoo, for transferring the blood of a freshly slain corpse into a soldier on the battlefield, or even trying to take pictures of the eyes as a person dies to determine the exact moment of death. So, okay guys, we can't do anything else for this person. Stop trying. But really, what got him noticed was his crusade for assisted suicide. He built a machine known as the Thanatron. In Greek, this means the instrument of death. He built it for about $45. Needless to say, this machine definitely earned him the nickname Dr. Death. As you'll probably find out why here in just a second. This machine delivered 3 chemicals, 3 medications, in highly successful doses. First being a saline solution, the second being a painkiller, and the third being a fatal dose of potassium chloride. Essentially, just stops your heart and you die. For a while there, nobody really knew what Dr. Kevorkian was doing. Not until 1990, when he assisted in the suicide of 45-year-old Janet Atkins. Ironically, she was part of a group that actually advocated euthanasia for terminally ill patients. But she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she wanted to go in peace before the Alzheimer's destroyed her brain. She heard of Dr. Kevorkian and contacted him and asked him to let her go, hopefully in a peaceful manner. In the back of his Volkswagen minivan, in the middle of the city park, he administered the Thanatron and hooked her all up. She pushed the button, and she ended her life. In 5 minutes, she was dead of heart failure. With her death, got him known. The infamous Dr. Death, newspapers, radio, you name it, his name was known, and so was his face. In 1991, Michigan had put into place where it was a felony for him to do assisted suicide. And just a few months after that law passing, revoked his medical license. But keeping the Hippocratic oath that he swore close to his heart, he continued his practice even without his medical license. Probably wasn't a smart move, but he did what he believed was right. He built a second machine called the Mercitron. This translates to the instrument of mercy. This machine, when properly hooked up to, would just place carbon monoxide through a mask, put you right to sleep. Much like carbon monoxide poisoning, but this way, he hooked them up, they pushed the button. He would not follow through with it. He would teach them how to use the machines, but they would push the button. They made the choice. In 1992, he was tried and convicted and placed into prison for up to 25 years with possibility of parole. While in prison, he went on a 19-day hunger strike to make a point that what he did was not wrong. But for them to let him sit there and not try to make him eat when he was supposed to and what could have killed him. So his point was, why am I being punished for doing what I believed was right, versus y'all letting me sit here and, rot to death without eating. He didn't see much point in it. After he was released in 2007, about, good 15 years before the end of his sentence, he was released for good behavior, and a movie was done by HBO called You Don't Know Jack, with Al Pacino starring as Jack Kevorkian himself. Needless to say, June 3rd, 2011, he died at the age of 83 of kidney and heart problems. He died, but yet he fought for what he thought was right. Rest in peace, Dr. Death.